A pattern shift is underway across the United States. And for those of you who have been waiting for winter weather, this is what you need to pay attention to. The contrast we're seeing right now tells you everything about what's coming. Across the Gulf Coast, temperatures have been running 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Meanwhile, the northern tier is dealing with Arctic air. That temperature gradient is about to compress southward. And when it does, we're looking at multiple opportunities for winter weather. Let me be clear about what we're discussing. Two distinct time frames. The first runs from Wednesday through early Friday. The second begins this weekend and extends through the following week. Beyond that, we're watching late January closely. The pattern supports additional chances. Current model data from the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts shows energy diving down Wednesday afternoon. Rain across much of the southeast. Snow beginning to mix in across the Cumberland Plateau. Higher elevations of North Carolina and Tennessee seeing accumulation start. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, heavy snow develops across the Appalachian Mountains. We're talking about significant accumulation potential for elevations above 3,000 feet. The I-95 corridor sees mainly rain. A coastal low-pressure system develops offshore, but timing keeps it separated from the cold air. That's important. The European model at 18Z, the most recent run, shows no connection between that coastal energy and the Arctic air mass. Does that mean it won't happen? No. It means at this range, the model isn't resolving it. We've seen this before. Systems that look disconnected 4 days out suddenly phase together at 48 hours. Thursday morning, upper-level energy remains active. It's not connecting at the surface, but aloft, there's plenty going on. This matters for Friday and beyond. Friday brings reinforcing cold. Northern stream energy dives down. Light to moderate snow spreads across the Great Lakes, Midwest, and Ohio Valley. This isn't a major storm. It's clipper energy. Fast-moving. 1 to 3 inches for most areas, but it deepens the cold air mass significantly. By Friday evening, flurries are possible as far south as the Mid-South. Why? Because we have sufficient lift from the secondary trough. Temperatures support snow. Moisture is limited. But when you have temperatures in the low 20s and even weak lift, you can generate light snow. Saturday morning is when things get interesting. Light snow develops across northern Georgia, the extreme upstate of South Carolina, the Piedmont of North Carolina. We're not talking about a major accumulation event. We're talking about wintry conditions spreading south. For those of you in these areas, many of you haven't seen measurable snow in 2 years. Some areas longer. This pattern shift gives you a chance. Not a guarantee, a chance. Saturday continues with rounds of light to moderate snow across the Mid-Atlantic and Ohio Valley. This isn't one system. It's wave after wave of energy riding along the trough axis. Some areas see 3 separate rounds of light snow between Friday and Sunday. Total accumulation adds up. The GFS model, the American model, shows more aggressive development. Thursday morning, it develops a secondary low and throws moisture back into the cold air. Eastern North Carolina sees snow in this scenario. Is it right? Probably not at this range. The GFS tends to be overdone with coastal development 5 days out. But here's what matters. 4 consecutive runs of the GFS have shown southern expansion of winter weather. The trend is consistent. That tells you something. The Canadian model splits the difference. It shows energy but keeps most significant precipitation north of the Tennessee border. Conservative approach. Often accurate for the Carolinas and Georgia. Now let's discuss what I'm seeing at 500 millibars. That's the mid-level of the atmosphere. About 18,000 feet. This is where we track major energy systems. Wednesday afternoon, a strong trough digs through the Great Lakes. Ahead of it, warm air surges north. Behind it, temperatures crash. The trough axis extends from Hudson Bay down through the Central Plains. Classic setup for winter weather east of the Mississippi. By Thursday, that trough is over the Appalachians. A strong ridge builds over the western United States. This is a blocking pattern. It keeps the trough anchored over the east. That means persistent cold. Wave after wave of energy. Friday, the trough axis shifts slightly east. This puts areas from Kentucky through the Carolinas in the sweet spot. You're downstream of the coldest air. You have sufficient moisture from the Gulf and Atlantic. You have lift from short waves riding the trough. That combination produces winter weather. Saturday and Sunday, ensemble data shows the trough maintaining position. 60% of ensemble members keep measurable cold over the southeast through Sunday night. 40% show it extending into Monday. High confidence in prolonged cold. Moderate confidence in multiple snow chances. Let me address the cold and dry comments. I've heard this repeatedly. And yes, if you only look at surface precipitation, some runs appear dry. But that's not the full picture. Upper-level energy creates lift. Even without a major surface low, you generate precipitation when temperatures support it. Friday through Sunday, we have temperatures cold enough for snow across a wide area. We have lift from multiple shortwaves. We have moisture, albeit limited. That produces wintry weather. Will everyone see significant accumulation? No. Will some areas see nothing but cold? Possibly. But the pattern supports multiple chances. And in meteorology, more chances mean higher probability someone gets hit. Temperature anomalies tell the story. Thursday afternoon, highs run 15 to 20 degrees below average across much of the eastern United States. Low temperatures Thursday night drop into the teens across the Tennessee Valley. Some areas hit single digits. This is the coldest air of the season for many locations. Friday stays cold. Saturday brings a secondary push of Arctic air. This one positions slightly west. The core of coldest air hits the Great Lakes, but the southern extent reaches the Gulf Coast. Cities like Birmingham, Atlanta, Charlotte see lows in the teens Friday and Saturday night. Then we watch late next week for a third shot of cold air. This one appears deeper. Canadian ensemble data shows temperature anomalies 15 to 25 degrees below normal across the northern tier. How far south does it extend? That's the question we're working to answer. Beyond next week, late January looks active. The Madden-Julian Oscillation, the MJO, tracks through phases 7 and 8. For those unfamiliar, the MJO describes large-scale atmospheric circulation patterns in the tropics. Different phases favor different weather patterns over North America. Phase 8 combined with late January climatology strongly favors winter weather across the eastern United States. We're entering the coldest time of year climatologically. Mid-late January. Add favorable MJO phase. Add persistent troughing. The pattern supports winter weather. Now, let me address ice. We haven't seen major ice storms this winter. That doesn't mean we won't. In fact, the pattern setting up increases ice potential. Why? Because we're getting cold air in place first. Then we watch for overrunning moisture. Warm air aloft. Cold air trapped at the surface. Classic ice setup. Who's most at risk? Areas from Arkansas through Tennessee, Kentucky, and into the Carolinas. These regions sit in the transition zone. Too far south for all snow. Far enough south that warm air aloft can override surface cold. This creates freezing rain potential. I'm not forecasting ice for any specific location. I'm telling you the pattern supports it. And given how this winter has gone, we're due. European weekly data extends through the end of February. Shows above normal snowfall across much of the eastern United States. Columbia, South Carolina shows over 2 inches above average. That's significant for a city that might see 2 inches total in a normal winter. Don't interpret this as a forecast for your specific location. Interpret it as the pattern supports winter weather. Multiple chances. Extended period. That's what matters. Let me talk about what we're not seeing. We're not seeing zonal flow return. Zonal flow means west to east flow. Fast-moving systems, mild temperatures. That pattern dominated December. It's breaking down. The trough over the east is digging deeper. Staying longer, this is meridional flow. North to south. That brings cold and winter weather. The ridge over the west stays in place. Ensemble data shows it persisting through late January. As long as that ridge holds, the trough over the east maintains. The pattern remains favorable. Now, about these timeframes. Wednesday through Friday is closest. Confidence is highest here. We'll see accumulating snow in the mountains. We'll see wintry precipitation attempts farther south. Exact locations remain uncertain, but the overall pattern is clear. This weekend into early next week represents the second time frame. Models show less certainty here, but the ingredients come together. Cold air in place. Multiple shortwaves. Moisture attempting to move north. Several areas could see winter weather. Late January, beyond day 10, is still evolving, but the pattern trend is clear. Colder than normal, more active than normal. Multiple chances for winter weather across the south and east. For those in the mid-Atlantic, I know your area is notoriously difficult to forecast. The rain-snow line frequently sets up along I-95. Small shifts mean big differences. Baltimore gets snow while Washington gets rain. Or vice versa. This setup is no different. The I-95 corridor will be a battleground, again. New England, you're looking at multiple light to moderate events. Nothing blockbuster in the next week, but consistent snow. The pattern favors it. If you're in northern New England, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, you're in good shape for accumulation. Great Lakes, you're looking at lake effect plus system snow. Buffalo, Cleveland, Erie, that whole region sees active weather, multiple waves, persistent northwest flow, snow continues. Midwest and Ohio Valley, Clipper energy keeps you cold and active. Nothing major, but rounds of light snow, 1 to 3 inches at a time. It adds up. For the South, this is where uncertainty is highest, but also where the most interest lies. Northern Georgia, you're on the northern edge. You could see accumulation Saturday or Sunday. Could also see nothing but cold. Depends on exact track of energy. Upstate South Carolina, similar situation. You're close enough for snow. Warm enough that rain is possible. Classic transition zone. North Carolina, the Piedmont and western areas have the best shot. Mountains will definitely see accumulation. Piedmont depends on exact setup. Coastal areas likely stay too warm. Tennessee, the eastern half looks favorable. Smoky Mountains see heavy snow Wednesday night into Thursday. Nashville and western areas depend on weekend development. Kentucky, you're positioned well for multiple chances. Cold air locks in. Energy passes just to your south. That's a good setup. Now, let me address something I've been seeing in various forecasts. Some are calling this a bombogenesis, or bomb cyclone setup. That's inaccurate. Bombogenesis requires pressure drop of 24 millibars in 24 hours. Current model data doesn't show that. We're looking at normal wintertime low-pressure systems. Significant? Yes. Bombs? No. Let's talk about what you need to do. If you're in an area that could see winter weather, now is the time to prepare. Not when the storm is 12 hours out. Now, check your supplies. Do you have enough food for 3 days if you can't leave home? Do you have medications? Do you have a way to heat your home if power goes out? For elderly residents, this is critical. Make sure you have what you need. For those with livestock, have feed accessible. Have water sources that won't freeze. Make sure animals have adequate shelter. If you heat with propane, check your tank level. Schedule a fill if you're below 40%. Delivery trucks can't get to you if roads are impassable. Vehicle preparation matters. Make sure you have washer fluid rated for cold temperatures. Check your antifreeze. Ensure your battery is in good condition. Cold weather kills marginal batteries. Keep your gas tank above half full. If power goes out, gas pumps don't work. You want mobility options. For those in the north, you know this routine. You've done it many times. But it's worth mentioning because complacency causes problems. Just because you've handled winter weather before doesn't mean you can skip preparation. For those in the south, if you don't own heavy winter gear, multiple thin layers work better than trying to find a heavy coat. Layering traps warm air. More effective than a single heavy garment. Protect exposed pipes. Even in areas that don't normally freeze, this cold is significant. Let faucets drip. Open cabinet doors under sinks. Small steps prevent big problems. For those worried about power outages, have flashlights and fresh batteries. Have a battery or hand crank radio. Keep your phone charged. Consider getting a portable battery pack if you don't have one. Now let's discuss driving. If roads are snow-covered or icy, stay home if possible. If you must drive, understand that four-wheel drive helps you go. It doesn't help you stop. All vehicles stop the same on ice. Allow extra distance between vehicles. Triple your normal following distance. Brake gently. Accelerate gradually. No sudden movements. If you start to slide, look where you want to go. Don't look at what you're about to hit. Your vehicle goes where your eyes go. Steer into the slide. Don't overcorrect. For those who plow or shovel, pace yourself. Snow is heavy. People have heart attacks shoveling snow every winter. Take breaks. Stay hydrated. If you feel chest pain or shortness of breath, stop immediately. Clear snow from exhaust pipes if your vehicle is running. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people every winter. Make sure exhaust can escape. Check on elderly neighbors. Make sure they have heat. Make sure they have food. A quick check can save a life. Now, about timing. Wednesday afternoon through Thursday morning is the first window. Mountains see heaviest snow Wednesday night. Lower elevations see mix or rain transitioning to snow. Friday brings widespread light snow across the north. Cold air deepens. Saturday and Sunday represent the next chance for areas farther south. This is where model uncertainty is highest. We need to see how Wednesday's system behaves. That tells us how Saturday's potential develops. Early next week stays cold. Additional chances possible. Late January, beyond day 10, requires continued monitoring. The pattern supports it. Specific timing remains unclear. One thing I want to emphasize. Don't make decisions based on model runs 5 to 7 days out. Use that information to prepare. Use it to plan. Don't cancel plans based on a model run 6 days out, but do prepare so you have options. Models will continue to change. That's normal. We're dealing with complex atmospheric interactions. Small changes in timing or position create big changes in impact. That's why you keep monitoring. That's why you follow updates. For those asking about specific snowfall amounts, it's too early for that. We can discuss ranges. We can discuss probabilities. But putting specific numbers on locations 5 days out is guessing. I won't do that. What I will tell you is the pattern supports winter weather, multiple chances, extended period. That's as confident as we can be at this range. Some of you are frustrated. You've been waiting for winter weather. Every forecast shows chances that don't materialize. I understand that frustration. This winter has featured more teases than deliveries for many areas, but meteorology doesn't care about fairness. It doesn't care that you haven't seen snow. It doesn't care that you want it. We analyze patterns. We look at data. We provide the most likely outcomes based on that data. This pattern is different from what we've seen. The trough is deeper. The cold air is more substantial. The blocking to the west is stronger. Those differences matter. Does that guarantee everyone sees significant winter weather? No. Does it increase the probability? Yes. Some areas will see exactly what they're hoping for. Some will see less than hoped. Some will see more than expected. That's winter weather forecasting in the South and Mid-Atlantic. For those in areas that reliably see winter weather, Buffalo, northern New England, this is business as usual. You're looking at active conditions. Nothing extreme, just winter. For those on the fringe, this is your chance. The pattern supports it. Whether it delivers remains to be seen. Now let me address confidence levels. Wednesday through Friday, high confidence in mountain snow, moderate confidence in wintry precipitation attempts farther south, low confidence in specific accumulation amounts for lower elevations. This weekend into early next week, moderate confidence in additional chances. Low confidence in specific details. The pattern supports it. The specifics need refinement. Late January, low confidence in specific events. High confidence the pattern remains favorable. That's honest assessment. That's what the data supports. Some forecasters give specific amounts 7 days out. That's not responsible. It sets false expectations. It creates disappointment when reality differs. I'd rather tell you the truth. We don't know specifics yet. We know the pattern. We know the trend. The details emerge as we get closer. For those asking about comparisons to past winters, this pattern resembles January 2011, deep trough over the east, persistent cold, multiple winter weather events. That was a memorable winter for the South. We're not forecasting a repeat. But the pattern has similarities. Another comparison is January 2000. Again, deep troughing, multiple events, significant snow for areas that don't normally see it. Pattern similarities exist. Does that mean we're guaranteed similar outcomes? No. But it provides context. The key difference between now and those winters is model resolution. We have better tools now. We see things earlier. We track details more precisely. That's good for short-term forecasting. It creates anxiety for long-range forecasting because we see potential systems further out. In 2000 and 2011, We didn't see these systems until 4 to 5 days out. Now we see them 7 to 10 days out. That creates more discussion, more speculation, more opportunity for disappointment when things don't materialize. My advice is focus on what's within 5 days. Prepare for what's beyond 5 days. Don't obsess over model runs at day 7. They'll change. Focus on the pattern. That's more reliable. Let me take a moment to discuss what I need from you. Drop your location in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. That helps me understand what areas to focus on. It helps me know what regions have the most interest. If you're in an area that could see winter weather, tell me what you're seeing currently. Are temperatures above normal? Below normal? Is it dry? Have you had recent precipitation? That ground truth matters. For those who have been through significant winter weather before, share your experience. What year? What happened? How much snow? That historical context helps others understand what's possible. If you have specific questions about your area, ask them in the comments. I can't respond to everyone, but I read them. Common questions often get addressed in future updates. The more engagement we have, the better these forecasts serve you. This isn't one-way communication. Your input matters. Now, let's talk about overnight model runs. The 0Z models run tonight. We'll see European, GFS, Canadian data. If anything significant changes, there will be an update tomorrow morning. What am I watching for? First, does the Wednesday system show any southern expansion? Even a 50-mile shift south matters for some locations. Second, does weekend energy show better organization? Multiple weak waves could consolidate into something stronger. Third, do ensemble members converge? Right now we have spread. If ensembles tighten up, confidence increases. Fourth, does the MJO forecast hold? If it accelerates into phase 8 faster, that's significant. Those are the key points. Everything else is details. Before we close, let me remind you what we're looking at. Pattern shift, multiple time frames, Wednesday through Friday, this weekend into next week, late January beyond that. Each represents opportunity for winter weather. Cold air is locked in. That's not changing. Energy continues to dive down. That's not changing. The combination produces winter weather. Where and how much remains the question. For those who have been patient this winter, this is your window. For those who are tired of winter, buckle up. This pattern persists. Mountain locations, you're in good shape. Accumulation is coming. Multiple rounds, I-95 corridor, you're on the knife's edge. As usual, small changes create big differences. Deep south, you're looking at potential, not certainty. Potential. Remember, this is January. This is when winter weather is most common. The fact that we've been mild doesn't mean we stay mild. Patterns change. This is the change. Stay informed. Keep monitoring. Make smart decisions based on your specific situation. And again, drop your location in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll continue tracking this daily. Updates will come as data warrants. If something significant changes, you'll know about it. This is a developing situation. The pattern is clear. The details are emerging. That's how weather forecasting works. We provide information as it becomes available. We update as models refine. We give you the tools to make informed decisions. For those asking, yes, I believe this pattern delivers for many areas. The setup is there. The ingredients are present. Whether it's this week or next week or late January, I think we see meaningful winter weather across the south and east. That's based on pattern recognition. That's based on model trends. That's based on 30 years of watching winter weather. It's not a guarantee. It's an informed assessment. Stay tuned, stay prepared, and let me know where you're watching from. Your engagement makes these forecasts better. We'll talk again tomorrow.